Karamenga is a small community in northern Ghana. Farmer Joshua Atanga used to struggle to sell his produce, but now he earns enough to support his wife and 2 children. Thanks to a digital platform, he's able to sell the fruits of his labour on a regular basis and at a fair price.
This is my farm, about 1.5 acres. I have here pepper, pawpaw, eggplant, green pepper, and other vegetables. It is dry season over here, and I just finished harvesting my maize, sorghum, and rice. And I sold it out to Agro Center, and the payment was done right on my phone through mobile money.
Ghana's capital, Accra. This is where the digital platform is based that has helped to make Joshua's life so much easier. Agro Center is an agri-tech startup that connects rural farmers with big buyers. The company takes up to 30% commission from those buyers. It's in Agro Center's own interest to get the best possible prices, meaning the smallholders also profit.
So far, we've helped about close to 10,000 farmers actually sell from the platform. Now, before that, they were making less money. Now, AgroTrade has helped them to increase their income tremendously. So the farmers actually, they love us.
Back in Karamenga, Agro Center agents are visiting the village. They're here to teach the farmers not only how to use the app to check market prices, but also how to maximize their output.
Environment. We'll be giving them seeds, and we'll make sure that we take them through all the activities that they need to know to get higher yield. We realize that most farmers, they do a lot of toiling in production, and also when they gather their grains, they leave it, they don't pay much attention to it, they care little about where to store it, how to dry it, and because of that, they run into spoilage and they don't get good market.
Okay, she's done.
The agents create profiles of interested farmers, what they farm, how much they produce. The company was founded in 2016. Now AgroCenter operates in 15 communities in 4 different regions. In the nearby town of Bolgatanga, the startup has an office where the farmers' data are processed. The platform also provides tips on how to farm more effectively.
Before, we didn't know much of the farming practices that were right for us. Things like our fertilizer application, our harvesting, storage, and all those things were very difficult for us. And more importantly, how to have sold out our produce was a major challenge.
This is AgroCenter's regional storage centre. From here, the farmers' produce is sold to big food buyers. Earlier, the farmers had to sell their produce to local middlemen, often for 1/3 of its real value. The digital platform has helped the farmers to increase their income by about 25%.
If farmers don't sell to middlemen, what happens? Farmers are able to sell at fair market prices. And if farmers sell at fair market prices, they're able to get good money to be able to take care of their family, to even reinvest a portion in their farm.
Joshua Atanga is not worried that he now depends on a virtual broker. For him, the benefits are very real.
I'm Jeffrey, co-founder at SATEC. I founded SATEC together with Theodore Hiniboche after a volunteering experience in a rural community without electricity, where I saw students and pupils dragged out of school to work on farms. Africa provides a vast opportunity in agriculture. There are many smallholder farms with limited human capital, and these farms are not going away in the next 20 years. What SATEC does is to develop smart small agricultural machines that are for the African condition and use. My co-founder and I combined our experiences in agriculture and biosystems engineering and mechanical engineering. I had a knack for business. My co-founder was skilled in computer-aided design. We merged these two, and together with farmers and local fabricators, we have, for the past 2 years, been able to impact over 1,800 farmers in Africa. As we create jobs, reduce poverty, and achieve zero hunger, we are on a mission to make Africa great.
Here's a demonstration of our mobile app found on Play Store and coming on the iOS store soon. You'll be able to find the manual for maintenance remotely on your machine and all the list of your machinery. You'll be able to also track your machines, their specific locations and the time of records. And so with this time recording, you are able to have data of the output that is expected of each machine that is being used. Moreover, you can find a weather location and weather per location setting that gives you weather update for the next 7 days that you search for. You can also order parts from our mobile application, and also on the weather you can find a specific weather at the specific location.
Hi, Stanley Smith is my name. I'm with Smithfield Agribusiness. At Smithfield, we produce high quality vegetables, we distribute, and also we do aggregation. What makes us unique is we have access to about 100 plus greenhouses, which are quite huge, even singularly, and other open field production. So what we do is we support smallholder farmers by aggregating from them, not having any huge land sizes, but we give them the best offer. We even train them on the best practices, and then we aggregate from them, clean, package, and then distribute to households and other food businesses. At Smithfield, we support smallholder farmers and feed consumers responsibly.
My name is Asad Ruben. I am the CEO of Aspasha Limited and the founder of Back to Farm Youth Project. We started our operation in 2016 when I was doing my national service in the Babatukuma, a community in the Kintampo Municipal. Aspasha Limited is into farm management and consultancy service, and the Back to Farm Youth Project supports unemployed youth who have the interest to go into farming, to own and scale up their own farms. We also organize skills-based training for youth and also seminars that focuses basically on changing the perception the youth has about agriculture. In 2018, I was a municipal youth best farmer, and in 2019, the national best agroforestry farmer. I was motivated to start the Back to Farm Youth Project as a result of high unemployment rate we have in the country, and then which Babatukuma and the Kintampo Municipal is no exception. In 2016, when I was in my national service, anytime I closed from school, I got to see quite a number of youth grouped or sitting under trees, just making fun and playing games. So one day, I got close to them, trying to know why they are always there. And what they told me was because they have no jobs doing. As a social entrepreneur, I was a bit worried. So I went back home thinking through the whole night if I could get something for them to do. So after scanning through the environment, I got to realize the only opportunity there for them at that particular moment, and also within which I can support, was for them to go into farming. So one day I went back to them, sat them down and had a meeting with them. But most of them weren't in agreement of going into farming, because me, the one telling them to go into farming, is working at the public sector as a teacher. Even though I was doing my national service, they thought I was a permanent teacher. So they was like, if farming, as I'm saying, is good, why don't then I also go into farming as well? So about 40 youths having the discussion, they all left, remaining just 4 of them. So as Passion Back to Farm Youth Project started with 4 youths, and as we speak now, 2 of them were already SHS leavers who were not having money to further their education. But through the project now, they are enrolled in tertiary education. They are now, as we speak, in their final year. And the remaining 2 who didn't have any formal education to are now owning 50 acres and 35 acres cashew farm respectively. The project is have been run by self-funding throughout all these years, and then we are expecting in the next 5 years to train and interact with not less than 5,000 youth. We are trying to support not less than 500 youth, and also with our workshop projects in schools and also for youth groups about the perception change about agriculture. We are targeting not less than 4,500 youth to preach to them about the new revolution of agriculture in Africa and in Ghana.
I am Deborah Anthony Lester, a cohort of KIC 2019, and this is my story. It all started life after KIC. I was just trying to experiment on catfish production. Currently, this is where life started immediately after KIC. These simple 2 ponds. I started trying to produce catfish using non-conventional feed resources like insects, to be specific, maggot, to actually integrate it into their feeding to reduce feed cost. Currently, if you stock every 1,000 of catfish pieces into your ponds, you are likely to spend close to 8,500 cedis to be able to produce a minimum of 1.2 kilo and then a maximum of 3 kilos in 6 months. That is the feeding regime. Right now, what I am doing here, I'm able to spend 5,000 producing that same kilos of catfish, which is 1.2 low and 3 kilos high, yet be able to use 5,000 to do this. I'm able to save 3,500 cedis on every cycle whenever I stock 1,000 catfish pieces, and this is what I do over here. So this is simply where life started. Immediately I started doing this thing, I had my business proposal intact, everything was very intact, and then someone just came in and said, oh, I'm interested in what you're doing, can we look into it? I spoke to this man, he was in the USA. I spoke to him just 15 minutes. I pitched the idea from the fingerling to the final consumption, how I'm going to do the marketing and everything. Within the next day, I had $2,000 into my account to kickstart the project. So I'll be taking you to the next site where we actually do the proper production. With here, with the earlier videos that I showed you where I raise the fingerlings in the tarpaulins, when they come very young, they are very fragile, so I need to nurse them for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, I bring them here to condition them to adjust to the pond condition. So I condition them here for another 3 weeks, which will make them 5 weeks. Then from 5 weeks, then I send it to our main site where the ponds are bigger, and then to actually start the growth continue the growth over there. This is our second site after the smaller ponds that we earlier showed on. That's where life started. This is the second pond. This pond is actually 75 by 30 feet square, or let me say rectangle, and this also 100 by 45 rectangle. We stock basically 4,000 fingerlings over here. This one taking 2,000 and this one taking 2,000. Basically, after 3 months, we do the sorting onto the third one, where we begin to separate the bigger sizes from them into the third pond. So this is what we do here. This is basically where the production is ongoing. We are able to harvest about 4.5 tons of catfish every 6 months on this site. We have our feeding formula where we used to feed them. We combine both the local feed and then the foreign feed or the formulated feed together. And this I do it by harvesting maggots at our site that earlier on we might be showing that one. And that's what we do here. And this is AgroNest catfish production that is ongoing. It's a collaboration between two stakeholders who are collaborating to actually make this thing happen. And all these things happened after the KIC program, of which we had this envied training that we went through, from the military training to training with PWC and all the trainings that you can talk about going out in KIC.
Hi, my name is Kuchwa Simeon from Benue State, Nigeria. I learned about Tech Shelter from Nigeria due to the help of the internet, and I decided that why don't I come to Tech Shelter Ghana. Then I came to Tech Shelter, and ever since I've been in Tech Shelter has been amazing to me a lot. They've taught me more about greenhouse and open field, and the technical part of the farming aspect is irrigation aspect, fertigation, pruning, spraying of insecticide and fungicide, and so on and so forth. And not only the farming aspect, they've also taught me more about how to be a better entrepreneur, how to be a better leader, and give me the steps in which I can take to be successful in life. And it has been amazing for me. And if you love agriculture or you have passion for agriculture, the best place you can come to is Tech Shelter, because they are amazing. Thank you.
On a typical day, one would see Clifford heartily going about his business of producing the best vegetables for the consumption of Ghanaians. He says it is his passion to make sure only the best and highest quality vegetables are on the market. He has set up greenhouses where he produces cucumber, bell pepper, tomatoes, and other vegetables for supermarkets, hotels, and orders to your doorstep. He wants to increase the awareness of everyone to problematic vegetables in the system and the value his company, Mechlink, offers in changing that. For the upcoming farming cycle, he wants to get all of you involved.
My name is Clifford Sakte Williams, the Managing Director of Mechlink Company Limited. Mechlink is into the production of high quality, fresh vegetables for the Ghanaian market. Mechlink went into production of vegetables after reading the Ghana Veg Report in 2014 and realized that Ghana was importing so much vegetables into the country. So I realized that there was a market for vegetables, and for that reason I had to quit my job and set up Mechlink Company and go into the production of vegetables. So far, Mechlink has employed about 30 people working in the greenhouse and on the open field farms. Currently, we are producing cherry tomatoes, paprika pepper, tomatoes itself, lettuce, cucumbers, and habanero peppers. And our product is such that everybody enjoys it. For the fact that now the demand for our products has increased. We're trying to raise 50,000 Ghana cedis to expand our operation to be able to meet the demand.
This is sand. the ground we walk upon, and what houses the future. A seed. And with the combination of just a single drop of water, it facilitates growth. And you know what else facilitates growth? It's you. What if I told you there was an easy way to facilitate growth and get a reward for it? What if I told you that you could create food and wealth at the same time? And what if I told you that you could put a smile on a farmer's face, yourself and your family? That's why we're here. We're not just a company, we are family. We are the missing piece to your puzzle. Quidex.